What's going on, guys? BriarRabbit here, and this is Ignition. This is the remake of Scrapyard from Modern Warfare 2, and I gotta tell you, at the beginning, when I first heard that they were remaking Scrapyard, I was like, I'm getting a little sick of these remade maps. I think I might have changed my mind a little bit about that. I'm actually really enjoying Scrapyard. They changed it graphically enough that it feels like a new map. You know, the layout is exactly the same as it was in Modern Warfare 2. Maybe it's the fact that it's been 4 years since I really played it extensively in Modern Warfare 2, but when I get into it, I gotta kind of look around because I'm not sure where I am. Now, it looks completely different even though the layout is, the same, and that may account for some of my confusion, but I actually like this map. I liked it with Modern Warfare 2. Like I said before, I would prefer new maps over remakes. If they do remakes, I'd prefer they do more of them, just to give you some more content to play with, because relearning a remake takes a lot less time than learning a brand new map. I discussed this earlier, so I won't get into it too deeply, but I am really digging on playing all the new maps. I really like the MR28 on this map. I feel like it gives you a huge advantage over the Maverick, which everybody else is using. This thing kills in 2 to 3 shots at long range, and it really gives you a distinct advantage over the Maverick, which can actually be pretty hard to handle at long range because of its side-to-side sway. So you'll see I win a lot of gunfights at long range. This thing is nice too because you can spam the trigger pretty quickly at close range, and I actually run it with steady aim. And that's successful for me. I know a lot of people say don't run this thing for close range gunfights, but for me it just gets me out of enough tricky situations to make steady aim worth it with the MR28. It just kind of keeps me out of trouble. I don't have to run a secondary. I can run steady aim, and instead of switching weapons, I just spam that trigger pretty quickly and aim in while I'm doing that, and I often win those close range gunfights. It's actually pretty successful for me. Long range, obviously, since it's so accurate, I use the holographic sight. I know that it's more accurate if you use the default. I think it's kind of like an ACOG type sight. It's more accurate if you do that, but I actually find that the zoom is a little too strong on that. The holographic kind of suits the range on this weapon a little bit better for me. It lets me kind of zoom into about the effective range on this weapon. If I'm really having trouble hitting somebody with the holographic sight, I'm probably going to need a stronger sight anyway. So I like the holographic sight an awful lot with this. Obviously, it comes with a grip, and that's really a nice addition with the MR28. And since you can spam it so quick, I really enjoy that. So I've been playing on the Xbox One quite a bit since the DLC came out. I gotta tell you, I'm not enjoying my time on the Xbox One. There are a few things that are really driving me nuts. Now, I've talked about how I can't really tell a difference between the graphics between the PS4 and the Xbox One, and that really holds true. I think that the Xbox One it has this like contrast thing where it boosts the contrast on the output, and you can tell that it's doing it. It looks fine. I can't really tell that it's running a lower resolution than on the PS4. To me, they both look great. It's such a big upgrade over the Xbox 360 that I don't really mind what resolution you're playing at as long as the game plays well, and both games play really well on the PS4 and on the Xbox One. I don't like the Xbox One controller as much as I like the Xbox 360 controller. I am starting to get used to it. The thumbsticks are much, much looser, so you'll see that I have a little more trouble aiming than I normally would have in my videos, and that's really just because the looseness of the controller, and my thumbs are just they're still getting used to it. That muscle memory is still building, and I'm okay with that. That's just something that we're going to have to deal with, that I'm going to have to deal with. With Titanfall coming out and this really being the premier platform for Call of Duty Ghosts this year because of the DLC coming out a month earlier than on the PS4, it's just, this has to be the platform that I'm playing on when that DLC hits. And when Titanfall hits, I'm going to be glad I did because I'm going to want to be used to this controller. One of the things that really drives me nuts, though, and this is even more so than the controller, is the lack of headset support. I don't understand this at all. Now, we know that there's going to be an Xbox One adapter so that you can plug in just about any gaming headset to the Xbox One controller, but where is this thing? I expected it in kind of early 2014. That's what Microsoft was saying. Now, early 2014 can really be up until maybe March And that, I think, is kind of the common accepted release date for it at this point. We know that the X07 by Turtle Beach and the Polk Audio Xbox One exclusive headsets are coming out in March. And to me, that's too far away. You know, I really want these things. I wanted them at launch. I wanted the Xbox One headset adapter at launch. I would have preferred if you didn't need it, if they had just kept the same kind of headset compatibility that they had on the Xbox 360. I would have been perfectly happy with that. I prefer the way the PS3 and the PS4 handle it, where you plug your headset into the PS4's USB jacks, you know, so if you have some sort of a mix amp, you just plug it into the USB. That takes care of your chat, and then the mix amp takes care of sending gaming audio and voice and everything to your headset. That's a much more elegant design to me than having one cable going to your controller and one cable going to your console. It's more kludgy to me to do it the Xbox way, but I was happy with it with the Xbox 360, and the fact that they had to change it for the Xbox One and that they had to make this proprietary connection on the controller really kind of drives me nuts. And it exasperates it that they're taking so long to release the adapter. Now, Turtle Beach has come out and said, you know, we're probably making our own adapter. I think that's what they're saying. They're really unclear about it, right? Is when they talk about the adapter, it's really hard to tell. Are they talking about making their own adapter, or are they talking about the Xbox One first-party adapter that Microsoft is planning on releasing? So if we're just waiting on Xbox One and Microsoft to release this adapter, and then we start seeing the Turtle Beach headsets, and then we start seeing the Polk Audio headsets, that's a bummer. It's not just a bummer for the companies like Turtle Beach and Polk Audio. It's a real bummer for fans of, you know, games like Call of Duty and Titanfall. You know that Titanfall is going to need surround sound, and that's another thing about the Xbox One, is that there is no 5.1 digital audio through the optical, and most gaming headsets use that digital optical. Well, let me say most higher end headsets use that digital optical, and that's that little fiber optic cable that comes out of the back of the Xbox One. You know, they support Dolby Digital out of the HDMI, and I'm pretty sure, I haven't tried this myself, but I'm pretty sure if you have a receiver that can convert that signal from HDMI to digital optical, then you'll probably be okay. And I might give that a shot just to see if it works. But the way it stands right now, I can only get stereo to my headset. My headset does not support DTS. It supports Dolby Digital 5.1. And it's a bummer for me, because when I switch between the PS4 and the Xbox One, it throws me off. When I'm trying to hear where guys are coming from, stereo sound does not cut it. It just doesn't. You know, I can hear left and I can hear right, but I can't really tell if this guy's in front of me or in back of me. So you'll see me a lot of times. I'll hear a guy, and then I'll kind of keep switching directions, like between two doorways, that I don't know which way this guy's going to come. All I know is that he's somewhere to my left. And that's a bummer. On the PlayStation 4, the sound is much better because they have the 5.1 mixed by the game and supported by the hardware. So I don't know why Xbox One isn't doing this. I don't know why they haven't patched that in. They said they are going to patch it in for optical. I don't know why they haven't yet, because I'm really looking forward to that. I hope they do all this stuff by the time Titanfall comes out, because Titanfall is going to be their big game this year. And if they don't have all this sorted out, people are going to get a lot of bad impressions from it. So we'll see what they do. I'm really looking forward to seeing some new options for optical audio. I'm really looking forward to seeing what this Xbox One headset adapter has to offer. And I'll be honest with you, I'm really looking forward to seeing what Turtle Beach and Polk Audio have to offer as far as gaming headsets go. Thank you guys for watching. I know this was a long video. I really appreciate it if you hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.